wonderful afternoon, evening, morning. Depends on when you're watching this. This is the best ICT Gold Traders channel, and I just took a loss. Uh, Let me show you the trade, and I'm planning on going back in, but now because I just took a loss on London session, but now because I trade 15-minute, 5-minute candles, I have to like wait much longer. I see other streamers, they can trade the 1 minute, people that trade NQ futures and all that. It's always nice. It's nice, like it helps with the impatience and all, but for me, I have to wait for like maybe like the next session and then maybe like 2 hours. That's why I don't like do live executions nowadays. It's so much pain, but I'll try and do more. Actually, who am I even doing them for? For I'm just doing them for myself. Like this is just content. But then again, I said it before. These videos are meant for whoever ends up finding them. Just me sharing my trading journey, and it helps with my psychology very much. So let's go to the hourly first. Let me turn off my executions. I want to go to the daily chart. You see, this is why I don't like trading when we are just hanging around new day opening gaps. It tends to like have messy price action and all. But this is the busy. I tried longing this yesterday and then I got burned. But today morning it sold off, as you can see. I got burned, but now I'm back today trying to recoup those losses, relatively equal highs. And those are my draw, long term draw, and this CB right there. But let's go to the 4 hour. This is the Fair Valley Gap that burned me yesterday when I went long. And honestly, I could have taken partials, but I don't trade partials, and it wasn't a good RR. I was aiming for this. Oh wait, let's go to the hourly first. I was aiming for this high. This is London high buy side. So now we have this inversion. We finally inverted that Fair Valley gap that pushed price lower yesterday, and now this is London. London traded into this PD array, and then we got a change in state of delivery on the 15-minute, and now look how we stayed above this inversion level right there on the 15. That's good. And now let's go to the 5 minute because that's where I place my executions. So I bought right there in this order block after we traded to the hourly busy. Bought right there. I waited for the setup to form. I didn't anticipate it. Bought right there. Price went up. When it went down after inversion this, I entered another position right there. I didn't get filled correctly here it's because of the spread and all. The same things I did here, I did on my funded challenge account. And then I just collapsed the whole trade right here because I saw that I feel like it's gonna do a London manipulation. I think, yeah, London manipulation, then NY continuation. Like I feel like we're gonna manipulate this low. Uh, Retail traders are seeing this as resistance. That's shorting this. That's shorting this. That's shorting this. And now this price, smart money is trying to induce them, entice them to continue going short, continue going short. But once you take out this low, that also buy stops resting here. Once we take out this low and then we trade again into this inefficiency, then we change the state of delivery, we're gonna go for these relatively highs and then knock out everyone that went short here. That's what I'm anticipating. Personally, that's my humble opinion. And I took this loss. It was, let me see, my risk, my stop remained here at this low, and it was almost 60 USD. I think it was 50 something. Because of the pyramid entry right there was two contracts. The first position was six. So I'd say this was very good trade management. But then again, uh yeah, it was very good trade management. My trading plan states that we only take two trades a day. So I got this loss. So after we take out this low, I'll be waiting for a CISD to see if we can get it. A CISD, then I target this high. At first I was targeting these daily highs, the ones that I was talking about, but I see that it just wants to like make a small range for today. Uh yeah. So after it takes out this low, changes state of delivery, then that's what I'm waiting for. And you can see the time, 7 o'clock is almost near. That's New York session. And now this is just like enticing me to try and entice me to go back in again and put my stop here. That's bad. And then this is my thought process also. Even if, since we have this change in state of delivery here, even if we go up again, and then even if we go up again, we're gonna have this change in state of delivery. So after that, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna re-enter right there and then still aim for that high with lower leverage. Yes, that's my thought process. We'll see what happens. All right, so this happened. Wow, man. I just want to say overall, it's been a very tough week. Very, very tough week. And I stopped myself out of a good trade yet again. And this is just me writing, journaling, tape reading, and journaling down everything. Just basically just talking to myself. And I'm honestly, as you can see, I tried going long again here on this auto block right there. And then I put my stop here when it could have been when it was here before, but I became aggressive, and then look, I got stopped out. It was perfectly fine where it was there. When I saw this change in state of delivery, I added, I went long again, wanted to mitigate my risk because I was sure that I was positive price was gonna go up. So I just my stop was just tight. That's just it. And the only reason for all this consolidation is because we're trading around new week opening gaps. Like that always happens. Even if you're on side, you're always gonna expect that. Some measure of consolidation, which is perfectly fine, which is perfectly normal. And I don't wanna lie, man. I don't wanna say frustrated, but just disappointed in myself for allowing myself to some degree, not follow, no, not to some degree, but yeah, to some degree, be emotional and not comfortable with my risk. And honestly, for this whole weekend, that's what I'm gonna work on. Me stopping myself out and all that. I'm just gonna work on that psychologically because I back tested my models for months, relentless, sleepless nights, and early mornings. I back tested my model on the same chart that I'm trading, the only chart that I trade, and I go against it by stopping myself out every single time my stop is about to get hit. Even when I'm on site, why did I take the trade in the first place if I wasn't comfortable with the risk? Like, even if you can look at my trade history right now, it's mostly me stopping myself out of good trades. And even the past videos I made, stopped myself out of good trades and then forced a bad trade the following day, maybe. If I hadn't stopped myself out of that good trade, I was gonna be able to be content with those winnings and not have to look for another trade. Be very picky with my trades. So all I'm trying to say to myself is that when you're in a position, don't expect price to just because, oh my God, Lightdealer is in a position, Ken is in a position. So let's don't expect price to just spool just because you're in a position, just because you entered a position. Price should be less harsh on you, should be soft on you. No, that's not how it works. That's not part of the game. I've entered a similar trade just like this, but the trade was more like less high resistance. Like this inversion was validated and all that. But this one, okay, it's fine. I closed my trade. It's okay. Like because of this inversion right there, it's perfectly fine. But was that part of my model? What was my last line of defense? Where are we trading around new week opening gaps? So why are you afraid of that consolidation? It doesn't mean that you're offside. What's your last line of defense? Ask yourself that and then put your stop there. Be calm. Don't give a shit about the money. I mean, that's my problem most times. I look at the money I'm putting on the table too much instead of just focusing on the logic. I'm appreciating the fact that I might lose and then I focus on it. Then I manifest my loss by myself stopping myself out. Because if if it was the other way around, if I I was pessimistic about the trade, but just saying, okay, this is my last line of defense and I'm sticking to it. And if price go doesn't hit my stop, then my target is gonna get hit for sure. If I stuck to that, if I focused on those thoughts, if I appreciated those thoughts more, I was going to be able to manifest this win right there because both my stop losses were here for both positions. And I will admit it was a bit of a bug position, but I the reason why I added more to the position is because I saw that I was in a winning trade and there was no inversion on the 15 minute. That was the 5 minute chart. So why do you expect price to the inversion on the 15 minute is more strong? Look at this inversion right there. We respected that and then we respected that stayed on the upper half. Bodies closed on the upper half. stayed on the upper half. That shows bullishness. That shows strength. Huh? This is an inversion fair value gap, aka balanced price range. Price didn't return to it. You see, we just st- we just pierced it a bit, but price didn't return to it. That shows what? That shows heavy bullishness. That's why you got this big up close candle. You need to expect those things. Order block, propulsion block. I said to myself, okay, immediately after I got stopped out here, I just closed the chart, focused on my studies. But like I said before, if this closes up here, I'm entering. I wasn't confident entering another position here. Why? Because I've already lost a lot of money to myself. And this is a propulsion block right there. My stop was perfectly fine there. That was actually my first pyramid. That was supposed to be my first pyramid, wasn't it? Like just basing it off of the 5 minute. To be honest, this is like the fifth time this is happening to me. Okay, the third time, to be accurate, this is the third time. And this is just really, really delaying my progress, really delaying it. And this is like my huge problem. I see a trade, good trade, price runs down close to my stop, and then I close the trade, then bang, couple hours later hits my target. Didn't even go to my stop. Was scaring me. You see, this the problem. That's the only flaw with trading order blocks. You have to stay to your stop. It's okay for them to be reclaimed. It's okay for them to trade to almost the low of it and go high. It's completely okay, especially in gold. That's why it's called an order block. See how we were working around this inversion fair value gap, then we reclaimed it after displacing high and tapped into it one more time and went high. That's good. That's algorithmic. But I guess that's just my model. In other words, just my model. It's part of my model. Like price being able to do this, it's completely permissible. And that needs to stick into my head. That really, really needs to get drilled into this head of mine. Because after that, that's when I'll unlock the door to wealth. I will, definitely. And more today, honestly, of all days, like it really did stick with me. And I'm gonna find a way to always remind myself this. So that's it. That's it for the week. It's been a tough week, but uh I took a loss. It doesn't matter. What matters is at the time I was doing my best, and that's completely fine. But if I continue doing this, falling into certain things like this, then that won't be me doing my best at all. Like I said, it was completely fine for us to see this consolidation because we are around new week opening gaps. It was completely fine. But our PDRAs, are they being respected? What's your last line of defense? How many times have you seen this happen? Price going stay close to your stop loss, then it runs to your target. Especially in the market that you trade, you only trade one market. How many times? Exactly. So after we traded up to this fair value gap, inversion fair value gap, and reclaimed it, this was acting as an reclaimed fair value gap. After that happened, what what happened? Price stopped dead on his tracks of the high, stayed on the upper half, and then didn't even trade back to this upper block. Right? That's how it's supposed to be, but it's fine. It's fine. Uh, I'll take this with me to the weekend as I journal, and I'll definitely. This was definitely the last time I'm doing this. On God, this is definitely the last time I'm doing this. I did this, and it's completely my fault. No one else. Not ICT. Not the market. No, the market is never wrong. But you know, I really tried my best today, and it's okay. Just as long as I don't repeat this, everything will be fine, and I'll pass the challenge for sure. Definitely, I'm gonna pass it. Just appreciate what's happening. Appreciate your last line of defense. Appreciate your model. Appreciate how far the work you've put into building this model, into back testing, into forward testing it, and stick to it. You've been sticking to it, but you haven't been completely stuck on it, you know, and that's completely fine. That's just it. Uh, I won't be posting any more videos, honestly. I need some personal time with my journal, with my journal, and the next time I'm definitely gonna mitigate all my losses next week. And the next time I post the video, it should be something interesting, not this again. I'm not gonna be talking about stuff like this anymore, especially on my channel, especially when it comes to my trading anymore. This was definitely the last time, and I won't be tolerating stuff like this from myself anymore. And I know that it won't happen again because I don't want to lie. After I saw this, I was just, I was speechless. I was lost for words because, but I did my best, and that's all that matters. Good luck, good trading.